Well, hello there, spooky bitches. Welcome to a speed build and welcome to the Bayou. The Bayou is supposedly an abandoned hut in the middle of the Bayou. I never know how to say that properly. Am I saying it right? Bayou? I'm sure I am. But this is home to a swamp witch and her cat. They kind of hide from the outside world and live on their lonesome in this kind of rundown shack that is kind of hovering over the swamp waters. And I really enjoyed building this. I really did. This is the first spooky-esque. It's not that spooky, this build. I just wanted to make something look abandoned, but also kind of full of nature and stuff around it. And this is what I came up with. And yeah, I did have fun. Did have fun building this. Now, this is a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom place. Kind of decorated, very nice on the inside. It's cozy, weirdly, spookily cozy, we could say. Fit enough for a gorgeous witch and her cat. And I actually pulled a swamp witch off of the gallery, and I loved her. She's called Toadstool, I think. I'll try and leave a link down below if I remember. I probably won't. I'm crap with that kind of thing, but if I do, I will leave a link down to her below. And yeah, this is the first spooky-esque build of October. Or for the rest of this month, all speed builds will be on the spooky variety. Next week, I'm going to be building something from a famous horror movie, and I'm very much looking forward to building this house. Very much am, but I wanted to let my imagination run free with this build, so this is what I came up with. So this is on the 50 by 50 lot in Willow Creek. This was the only area that I thought this build would nestle in okay. This is where the park is usually kept, so the park is usually on this lot, and I thought, nope, we're gonna be building a spooky bitch house, a spooky witch house. And this is what I decided to do. I didn't really have any reference images. I saw a couple of like abandoned huts in the middle of the bayou, and I thought, we're going to go with that kind of vibe for this. And I really wanted it to kind of hover over the water. So you saw what I did. I kind of pulled up a room below and sort of hovered it over the pool area itself. And I liked it. I really did. I really, really wanted this place to look very abandoned, but also, I don't know, attractive. Can you say that? I still wanted it to look quite fantasy looking and quite a perfect place for a witch to live. And this is what I came up with. So I hope that you guys like it. I hope you are all having a lovely Friday, and I hope you are all going to have a lovely weekend as well. I haven't really got any plans for this weekend. Last weekend I had plans every day, so I'm just going to be chilling out this weekend. I'm going to be getting zen. I'm going to be cracking out a bit more yoga and just doing a bit of me, a bit of mindfulness. I think that's what my weekend is going to be consisting of this weekend. And maybe reading some books. I haven't read in a couple of weeks, so I'm thinking about cracking on with a new book and just looking after myself, my loves. I think that's the best way to do it. I've been feeling so much happier having my weekends to myself recently. And it's not been that long. It's been like 2 weeks, and it's just made the biggest difference. Because beforehand I was recording on a Saturday for the speed builds and stuff, and then I only really had a Sunday, and even then sometimes I was still prepping for next week and stuff, and it's just not healthy, my loves. It's not healthy. If you're a content creator out there, you need to look after you first, my darlings. You really do, because you are the most important thing. What has this turned into? This has turned into some kind of I don't know what, but it is very true. It is very, very true. So I wanted to do like a kind of turret on this house. Not like a tall, castle-y looking turret. I just wanted the shape to be kind of irregular to the build from the position that I thought it was most attractive, which is over in the like the left-hand corner. I always build thinking about it in a kind of 360-degree view. I never want my build to kind of look great from one side and then shit from another. I'm not like a gallery builder. I do not build my builds to make them look attractive for the gallery thumbnail. I try and make them look kind of attractive all the way around. But for this one, I don't know why, the left-hand corner, I was just like, oh, it looks great from that angle. So that is probably where you're seeing the thumbnail from. I did it like that. I really did. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is the Bayou kind of in the southern United States, maybe? Does it go into Florida? Am I being stupidly British with that? You'll have to let me know, you Americans out there. But from my understanding, those kind of areas is where the Bayou is. My kind of knowledge of the Bayou comes from computer games. From computer games. And, oh, sorry, my crystal just fell over. Spooky. No, I actually did it myself with my hand. Yeah, computer games. So Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2? Was 1 in the Bayou? Maybe, definitely 2. Don't know if 1 was. I can't remember. And also films and series. American Horror Story. I'm sure there was a Bayou in American Horror Story. But yeah, you'll have to let me know. You'll have to feed my knowledge. As you guys know, I love learning about other cultures. I'm quite naive. We're not naive of other cultures. I do teach myself and I do learn. But I think you've got to go in kind of amateurly to other people's cultures and kind of ask, and not be afraid to ask either. And like, not be afraid to like sound stupid. Like, who cares? You know, I'm trying to learn. So feel free to teach me in the comments below, my loves. I'd love to visit them one day. Probably without the crocodiles and the spiders, I would imagine that's in the Bayou. But I would like to. I would like to see it. Now, this is what I'm doing with the kind of platform area. These pieces are from Debug. They are from Cats and Dogs. And I just thought they fit the theme of this build perfectly. And I really, really like how they look and how old they look. The only thing I was struggling with is the trim around the edge of the platform that you're seeing now. The trim colours in The Sims 4 are absolutely crap. They're shocking. They're awful. The textures on them are crap. And I hate the way the trims work. But I needed one, really. And then as soon as I put all these up, I was like, this is looking awful with them. So I'll delve a bit more into that in a minute on what I do. I use a log from the Star Wars pack to kind of hide the edges and make it look a little bit more handmade, the platform again. Like this is what I'm doing now. Oh, it just came up. And it's got this lovely, like, mossy texture on them, which I absolutely adore. And I'm very much for it. Now, I didn't use any mods or anything to decorate this place, like tool mod or anything. I did it all in the old-fashioned way of lifting the 9 key. It seems everybody's out there is using the tool mod now. But I did it the old-fashioned way, lifting it with a 9 key. And if you know me well, you know how much I detest doing that. But I did it. And it came together quite nicely, I think. And I love the overall feel and look of it too. Now, I've slowed the build down quite a bit. I usually build in kind of it says it's like 500%, which is almost like, well, I don't know really. Is it like twice as fast, I would imagine? Maybe? I don't know. I'm thinking more on 1,000% kind of thing here. But I've slowed it down a little bit for this, just so we can kind of see the details a little bit better and the camera's not spinning around too much and making you guys feel sick, because we don't want that, do we, my loves? No, we do not. What have you guys got planned for Spooky Month? I know some people out there don't celebrate it or don't like, not that it's a thing to be celebrated. It's more like I don't know, it's a feeling for me, October. It's a cozy autumn, spooky horror film and game playing month that I love, and changing a bit of the decor up in my house as well. I tend to get a few autumny pieces out for a spooky month. And I don't know, my tastes change around this time as well. I'm wanting more stews and I'm drinking spicy drinks because I'm a basic ass bitch who loves a pumpkin spice latte, won't lie to you. But I still haven't gone to Starbucks since since the pandemic started. So I took it on myself to get my own pumpkin spice mix and make my own drinks. And it's okay. It's not as good as a elk milk pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks, but it's not too bad either. I do enjoy it. I'd love to be able to make my own pumpkin spice mix that you can put into your drinks rather than what I bought pre-made. Wonder how I'd do that. There's probably a bloody ingredient list out there somewhere. Might have to look for it. Anyway, you can see what I've been doing for the past... I don't know where these fences are from. Are they from cats and dogs? I think there might be. Maybe not. No, they're not. They're from Outdoor Retreat. So I've been using these from Debug, and I put them all around the veranda area itself, or the decking. And I just liked how they looked. Loved how they looked. Yes. Thank you guys as well for all of your comments last time. And thank you so much as well to all of the lovely people that has offered me to join in on their Dungeons and Dragons game or their D&D games. I'm so thankful for you. I've had so many comments of people offering me a place. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to grips with the game a little bit. Maybe do a few like solo playthroughs myself. And then I'll come and join in a game with one of you guys. I'd love to do that. And I know they last a lot. They last long as well. So, yeah, I'd be well up for it. Really will. Look at me struggling to get these bloody logs up. For goodness sake, it was a task. I won't lie to you. It did annoy the tits off of me. But I just think the overall look of it afterwards was nice. I was trying to make it look as natural as possible by changing the shape of changing the log orientations around quite a bit, just so it didn't look too copy-paste. But it's quite difficult because of the shape of the log. The log is slightly bent, which made for easy placement on the curved edges. But it was still annoying. Still was. Now, I'm showing this, even though this... Right, I'm even annoyed at thinking about this. So I was putting this lovely higgledy-piggledy bridge across from one end to the other. Stunning. Looks very swampy and very Bayou. And I also decorated the outside of the build with wooden planks on the windows to kind of make them look like they're boarded up. And water stains all over the build to make it look like it's really moist and, watery or water damaged over time. And then I came back into game and they'd all disappeared. So I was mightily pissed off, especially with that bridge. Look at that lovely bridge. And they'd all disappeared. They'd all bloody disappeared. So what I had to do was I used one of the pre-existing bridges, the kind of almost like a jetty that kind of sunk into the water. I used one of them and I had to go around to put all of the details back on the outside of the builds as well, which is very annoying. So you might notice a difference slightly, you might not, in how this looks to how the finished product looks. But that is the reasons why. They disappeared and I have no idea why. I was very not for it. It was very annoying, including all of these little wooden planks that I put on the windows to make them look boarded up. Now, I would imagine Toadstool, the swamp witch who lives here, I imagine she makes this place look very abandoned. So whoever maybe would come across this, do not disturb her. She doesn't like people. She's much... Sorry, my chair's clicking. She's much more a friend of the animals and nature. So she tries to make this place look less inviting as possible, just so people do not stumble across it. And if anybody did stumble across it, maybe a wayward group of teenagers, who can say? Maybe she scares them into oblivion to make them not come back again. And then there's lots of urban legends about this place, about a swamp witch living here, even though she's never been seen by a single soul. Oh, I love the lore. I'm a lore whore. We all know that by now, but I'm very much for the lore on this. Very much am. So yeah, all the things I'm doing now to make this look really like dilapidated and just scary, it disappears, which is just great. Really enjoy the fact that that happened. Thank you so much to Sims 4 Game for making me fume. I actually came into this on Wednesday, I think, and they'd all disappeared, and I was like, right, fuck you. Well, I'm not playing with it today. And I didn't build for the whole day on Wednesday. I was like, right, I'm coming back to this on Thursday with a fresh mindset. And yeah, looks much better. Including this chimney breast as well. All the cracks gone. And I actually changed the wallpaper on the chimney breast, even though that looks really good now. It does look really, really good. that brick with this place. I actually changed it to match in with a few of the chimneys that I chose for it instead. But yeah, and I'm doing everything in like a greeny color as well to blend it into the landscape even more, to make it kind of blend in so people don't come to it as often. And I really like that. And I carried that on through on the inside as well, including the lighting. I put all the lighting inside in green. And I really enjoyed playing around with the interiors to this place. It was fun, and it was a layout I've never tried before as well. And you'll see that a bit more when we build it, and also in the video tour, which I always indeed flop at the end of every build that I do. If you want to download this, it's on the gallery as always under the DevonBumpkin hashtag, all one word. Feel free to use that hashtag for your builds as well, my darlings. But I love seeing what you guys create. And I always check. That's the only hashtag I really check on the gallery. So feel free to tag your builds in it, my loves. I would love to see your work, and I tend to check out quite a lot on there. So if you ever want to show me something, then be my guest. In the future, I've been asked as well if I'm going to be doing a shell challenge. I definitely will be, but I'm thinking about doing a Christmas shell challenge with a heavy Christmas theme. And then what I'll do is probably check out those builds on Twitch and also make a video on them as well. So I might record me checking them out on Twitch and then make a video of me checking out those builds. Like, I cannot wait. Cannot wait to do that. So yeah, be on the lookout for the shell challenge. Definitely coming probably the 1st of December. I'll probably release that shell. And I'm going to be doing a competition where you guys will win a expansion, a game pack, and also a stuff pack as well. So, and of your choice. So whatever expansion you want, whatever game pack you want, and also whatever stuff pack you want too. So be on the lookout for that. And I'll choose my favorite, and then you will win, and it will be sexy, and we will all dance, and it will be Christmassy and wonderful. And I'm up for it. Really am. As you can probably tell, I might be a little bit hyper today. Just a little bit hyper today. I think it's the yoga. I did a very, very energizing flow this morning, and I'm feeling very, very much for the day. Very much am. I'm going to be live on Twitch tonight as well with a few friends. We're playing Phasmophobia, which is that kind of ghost hunting online game. So feel free to come and join me 7 p.m. BST to watch me scream and cry. I tried to set up, well, I went to set up my VR for it, and I just looked at what had to be done, and it just looked a bit difficult. I think I'm going to wait until I do some VR games until I get my new PC. I don't think my current PC will be able to run it in the way I want the game to be run in VR streaming. My God, that was a hard sentence. So yeah, I'll have to wait for that. Anyway, look what we're doing to the pond. We're making the pond look very, very covered in... I love doing this kind of thing. This is almost like painting for me. I pull out at quite a far distance and look and see where I think the plant should go and where it would look really natural. And I love doing this. My dream job, like, and this is the main... Well, not the main reason that I did my game design degree. The main... I really wanted to do level design. Like, I would love to do environment design in games and make things look natural. This is one of the best reasons why I use The Sims 4 is to make something, I don't know, look believable in a way. And I would love that. So if there's any game devs out there that want to hire me, then you can. I'm sorry. I've got a full-time job on YouTube now and I'm having too much fun. But if the Sim team ever did say, look, do you want to come? I'd probably say, no, I would say no. I'm sorry, guys. I would say no. Reasons being, I wouldn't want to... Sorry, I'm turning away from the mic because I'm chucking something in the bin. I wouldn't want to move to America. I'm far too happy in the UK, my loves. And I've got a doggy and a partner here. So why am I talking about this? No idea. But I'm just in case. Just in case. If there's any gurus watching this, sorry, but I'm taken. Oh, God, Aiden, shut up. Right, anyway. We're still cracking on. I used a lot of the reeds as well. And these reeds here with, like, the kind of reed flowers on them, they were the darker version of them. They actually came with vampires. And I just thought they suit this build perfectly. And I ended up hanging a few of these vines around everywhere as well, which just pulled the build together for me. Really, really loved doing this. Loved making this environment. Into the interiors, my darlings. So here we are. I've got the floor plan already mapped out onto where I want everything. This is obviously going to be where the kitchen is. Toadstool is actually there. You can see her. She is warming her mitts by the fire. There's 2 fireplaces in this lot. I actually put in an extra chimney breast as well. So there's a fireplace in the kitchen kind of / dining area, and also in her kind of cauldron area as well. There's no living room per se. I did put a sofa in here, but I just wanted this to be kind of semi-open plan with all of these beams and pillars everywhere, and the toilet's downstairs on the entrance where you come in, and then the bedroom is up above, and then there's also a ladder area up into a turret where it's a kind of spell casting room, I would say. I put like a desk up there with spell books and stuff, etc, etc. You'll see that a little bit further on. You really will. You really will. I'm very much out of breath. I've been talking for far too long, but I'm very much out of breath. But yeah, I wanted a darker aspect in here. So this is probably why you're seeing the lighting is very moody. I didn't want this place to be well lit at all. So I also changed most of the candles for a green light. So this place has got a green feel in here, but you will see that a bit further on into the video. But yeah, bloody lovely. And I actually found those hanging garlics as well. I didn't even realize we had them. I've always seen like the reefs and the long strip ones that you hang from doorways to keep vampires away, but I never realized we had them ones, and they came in really handy in here. I just thought it'd suit the vibe of this place really well. So on these bits here, I put up shelving. I really wanted a kind of open shelf aspect to be here, where it kind of separates off the other area to the house. And yeah, I thought this was really nice, but again, we just got nothing to put on bloody shelves, and it's so annoying. And I hate lifting things up the 9 key. I hate putting things on with the OMSP shelf, the red shelf. I hate doing that. So it's always so difficult with the shelves. I don't understand why we've got so many shelves and we don't have many things to put on the shelves. It bothers me profusely, really does. And I'm not for it. And I know there's many people out there that get annoyed with that fact as well. Not for me. But yeah, this is where I'm putting the cauldron area. So the cauldron's right in front of the fireplace. I end up going for the wood burners, and I end up putting in logs into the wood burners as well. Now, I stole that idea from a dear friend of mine called Pug Owned. She's on Twitch. She's also on YouTube as well. She's an amazing, amazing creator. She does great builds, makes the most beautiful pets, hand paints them all, and they are stunning. And I saw her once when I was watching one of her streams. She had a wood burner and she was putting logs in there. She actually tiered up quite a few. I put 2 in there because I'm a lazy whore and I couldn't be bothered. But yeah, Pug, if you're watching this, thank you, my darling. I stole that idea from you, and I did actually tell you in your chat that I would steal that idea from you, and I stole it. So thank you very much. It just helps cover the stones inside the fireplace and stops it from looking too modern, the wood burner. And yeah, I'm for that. Really, really am. I'd love a wood burner. Oh my God, would I love a wood burner. I think they are absolutely lovely. Used to have one in one of my old houses that I lived in, and it was huge. It came up to my the top of my breastbone area. It was massive. And it used to heat the whole house. It was absolutely gorgeous. But we were only renting that place, so we couldn't exactly take it with us when we left. But I wish that we had I've got an open fire in my house. I do, but I don't know. There's something about a wood burner. I don't know what it is. Just makes me feel cozy even more than an open fire. Love it. And they tend to last a bit longer, and they're a lot easier to keep lit. Why are we talking about this? Don't know, but you know us on the channel. We tend to talk about a whole lot of shit, and we're all absolutely here for it. But yes, this is me struggling around with placing this candlestick with the wand and the spell book and stuff. And I love this. And I will say, though, I hate the misconception with witches and Halloween and spooky and that witches are evil, because they are not. I have a lot of Wiccan friends. Their religion is Wiccan, so they practice witchcraft. And if I had to choose a religion to have faith in, it would be the Wiccan religion. It really would. It's the kindest religion out there. There isn't any... You can be whoever you want to be in the Wiccan religion, and that is what religion to me would be all about if I was religious, and I'm in fact not. But that is the one thing that appeals to me the most with that religion. I've actually been to a Wiccan wedding as well. My friend got married, and it was one of the most beautiful ceremonies that I've ever been to. It was on Dartmoor. It was under a willow tree, or what I thought was a willow tree. It was just beautiful, and they bound each other's hands in this ribbon, and the words they said to each other were so gorgeous, and everyone was dressed up like really amazingly. A few people did indeed have witches' hats on, and they looked amazing. It was amazing. And then there was a big party in the evening around a big fire. They had like sea shanties and medieval music. It was just the best wedding I've ever been to, and I absolutely loved it. And then we all stayed in teepees, and yeah, it was amazing. And it was on a full moon as well, which just made me even more happy. So bloody lovely that wedding was. Bloody lovely. So Mary, if you're out there and you're listening to this video, because I know you do watch my videos, thank you for inviting me to your wedding. It was bloody stunning, and I can't wait to see you soon, because it's spooky month and we always do something for spooky month. Anyway, this is the bedroom that I was decorating while I was waffling on. Yeah, I kept it quite generic. I just wanted it to look a little bit more kind of like lived in. And this is the tower above it that I would imagine Toadstool comes up and does a few of her spells. And I love it. I love the green wood. Love that green vibe. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I will say to you guys, if you do download this lot, make sure, as always, with every single one of my builds, that you do put the move objects cheat on the lot before you put the build down itself, just so nothing disappears, because I do not want that. That would be very fuming, and you would probably slap me for it. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave you now. Have the best weekend, everybody. Have the best weekend, and I will see you on Monday for the final part of the Espinosa residence, and then we're going to be moving on to a brand new lot too. Goodbye, my friends. Happy Friday.